This month, the first cohort of learners for the HR Action Certificate will begin their lessons. This undertaking was a risk. It's another way that we are reaching people through the Pathwayz Group, another personal risk that I took a while ago. And this was coming off the heels of acting as an academy football coach for Paris Saint-Germain and Adidas Game Day in Bangalore, India, which was a different type of risk altogether. Now, I frame this narrative in terms of risk because that is the type of question that I've been getting more consistently in recent months. And how do I prepare my mindset to take a big risk? Now, this is a really good question, and I don't have a full comprehensive answer, but I do have a few tips and tricks. So allow me to share one tip that requires a bit of homework. Are you ready? Okay, pull out a piece of paper and a writing utensil and answer this question. Who champions your success? Come up with a minimum of 15 different people. Now, 15 is a lot. This is not a small list. And once you have written down 15, I want you to write down 15 more. Many times, whenever we are about to take a risk, we do an analysis of the hurdles that we might face, the challenges, and the possibility of failure. This is good and very healthy, but sometimes whenever we're acknowledging those challenges, those areas where we don't have all the knowledge or resources, it can be a bit daunting, and it can become crippling if we feel all alone and we focus only on the unknown. See, whenever I quit my job, I sold my things, and I moved to India, I didn't know anyone in India. It could be overwhelming. I'd also never moved abroad. I'd never worked with an academy of athletes in the same manner as I did with PSG and Adidas Game Day. And so, I made a list. I wrote down people in my industry, other coaches, athletes, professionals, and trainers in athletics. I reached out and I asked for introductions and recommendations. I made a list of people who had lived in India specifically and who had lived abroad for insights into cross-cultural challenges. I made a list of friends and family that I could call on for emotional and personal morale. I categorized the list, and whenever I became anxious or doubting about the risk, I looked at the paper as a reminder that I wasn't alone. I had resources and support. And whenever I started the Pathwayz Group, I did the same exercise. This list included community leaders, nonprofit groups, the library, people I met at conferences, mentors, friends, people who knew about business, finance, and all of the areas that I wasn't as familiar with in a startup environment. Now, does this mean that I called every single person on the list? No, but it did make me feel supported because I had a tangible list that I had made with intentional time to acknowledge the support. And so, whenever I spoke with our team about making a full online certificate, this was going to be another risk. What if we spent all of this time making a worthwhile class that discusses not only policies and procedures, but also addresses giving tough feedback, recruiting while understaffed, building a remote culture, and working in an ever-globalized workforce? I thought that it would be a good idea, but it was different than our general team development workshops and training sessions that we do with companies. And so, I called on my friends in instructional design, in online courses, in HR, in business, and I made a list of friends, colleagues, family, mentors, event connections, and I called them all on my list. And if I didn't have 15 people, then I would reach out to people in my LinkedIn network. I would attend a networking event. I looked up community resources. I looked up public communities within the industry, and I made a list of who could help champion my success. Risk can cause hesitation in many people because there are many unknown factors, and many times people can feel alone. But knowing who champions your success can help to alleviate the risk anxiety. We have a new class of students that have just battled through some bizarre circumstances with remarkable resilience towards graduation. So congratulations, class of 2021. The problem-solving resilience and courage that you've shown throughout life doesn't stop with the cap and gown. I have occasionally done this activity of writing down who champions your success with many students and parents. And sometimes I see many eyes begin to grow wide in shock at the magnitude of the task. And at first, many write down obvious friends and close family members, but then I begin to see people writing down extended family, loose ties friends, teachers, librarians, Boys and Girls Club leaders, community center leaders, coaches, music teachers, neighbors, congressional members, firemen, public service members. The list goes on and on. And you don't have to do this alone. Know that there is a metropolis of people cheering you on and might even have some insights to help guide you towards more clarity in this world of unknowingness associated with risk. Now, I do this in life a lot. I get even more specific. Who champions my success in my fitness journey? Who champions my success in my business? Who champions my success in my faith? Now, this could be support, guidance, mentorship, friendship. It could look a little different. But identify your team within your community and within your personal life. This is such a powerful activity to specifically identify who is on your team. So here's your first assignment. Take out a piece of paper and write down who champions your success. You can put my name at the top of that list. Feel free to contact me anytime. And if you want to go a step further, then you can also ask yourself, how can I champion somebody else's success? Pay it forward. But let's begin with this first assignment. Take out that piece of paper and write down at least 15 different people that champion your success today.